Last week, we asked for you to submit questions for us to answer. Questions about investing or financial planning, really anything that might have been on your mind. And we received a lot of great questions in response. However, we received one that really kind of stood out to me, and that was, what are the types of questions that somebody should be asking themselves prior to ever meeting with an advisor or having an investing meeting? I think that one really should be broken down into two parts. First, because I don't want to miss the intent for the question, and second, because I think that there's really two series to be able to answer the question. The first track to answer in this question really starts with you. Question number one should be, do I have an emergency fund? If so, is it enough? I know you've heard me talk a lot about emergency funds, and that's because I think that they're vital to running an efficient personal balance sheet. I don't care if you're 18 or 65, if your net worth is $10,000 or $10 million, everybody should have an emergency fund readily available in the event that they need cash. The second question you should be asking yourself is, do I have lingering credit card debt? If so, how long is it going to take me to eliminate it, or how will I be able to eliminate it? Keep in mind, I think that debt is good, so long as it's cheap, controlled, and you have a net positive return on any other investments that you might, or assets that you might be investing. For example, if you have an asset that's generating a 10% rate of return and debt that's costing you 3%, then you have a net return of 7%, which is a good thing. However, if you reverse those numbers, you might want to be taking or selling off that asset to pay off whatever debt you have lingering. Now, you may have noticed, I mentioned to establish your emergency fund first and pay off your credit card debt second. And you might be asking yourself, Theron, why would I do that when I have $10,000 in credit card debt and the APR is 24%? Well, let's say that you pay off 50% of your credit card debt and you have a $3,000 service bill come due. How are you going to be paying for that service bill? Odds are you're going to go right back to your credit card and you're just going to be burying yourself back into that hole. It's important to keep in mind that cash is king and you need to be in control of your money. Now, the third thing you should be asking of yourself is, why am I investing? I think it's extremely important for everybody to have a purpose for everything that they do. It gives you a reason to celebrate the wins that you have along the way. Your why might change over time, and it most likely will. If you start investing at age 32, odds are when you're 62 and you're still investing, the reason why you're investing is probably going to be completely different. Your why doesn't have to be buy a lake house or doesn't have to buy a private jet. Your why could be as simple as, I want to be the one paying off my kids' college tuition. I don't want for them to be taking out any student loans or be out of pocket anything. Now for the second track. Questions you should be asking of an advisor during your get to know you meeting. Question number one should be, how's our relationship going to work? It's important to keep in mind, your advisor works for you. So if you're looking to have a quarterly status call or a semi-annual meeting, then it's important you find an advisor that's going to help accommodate that. Question number two should be, are you a fiduciary? But most importantly, you should be asking, are you going to function as a fiduciary on my accounts? So any advice that you give me is going to be in my best interest, or any trades you act upon in my account are going to be in my best interest. The third question you should be asking is, how do you get paid? Is it a commission or is it a fee? Is every time you call me, you're going to be charging me a commission on any trades you act upon in my account? Or is this a part of my annual advisory fee that I pay in my account? If it's a commission, then you know automatically they're not going to be a fiduciary on your account and they're likely not going to be working in your best interest, or they're not legally bounded to work in your best interest. I hope that these questions were helpful for you to consider prior to ever meeting with a financial advisor. Like we mentioned last week, Avidity Capital is running an exclusive offer for the month of October, Financial Planning Month. $500 flat fee for an individual financial plan or $1,000 flat fee for a family financial plan, regardless of the complexity of your estate. So my encouragement to you for this week is, contact our firm today and let's begin to plan what your family's financial future should look like.